Hello and welcome to another episode of Life Talks with me, Fawole. We have the wizard, Mr. Magic, aka Fozzie Bear, Waka Waka Waka. I love that. A man like Arnie the Baiter in the house. Come on. It's Arnie the Baiter, innit?
Arnie the Baiter.
The Baiter. Come on, Arnie. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Been a long time coming. Yeah. What's good?
Yeah, man, I'm honoured to honestly be here. It's my first time doing an actual interview on the podcast. So
seriously?
Yeah.
Come on, it's always your first time for everything. Come on, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's just my willingness to embrace what comes my way, especially through this wonderful journey. And I had a radio interview with Millie Rose.
With who?
Millie Rose.
Oh, Millie Rose.
Hardworking lyrics, the other day. And they were meaning to get me on. So yeah, this has been a year of like fashionably accepting what comes my way. So yeah.
So how did the interview go? Is it called Voices in? What's the name of the show?
So the actual studio itself was called Voices Radio, but like Crossword Lyrics, they had their slot. They had the allocated slot within that period. So yeah.
Okay, so the show is called Crossword Lyrics Show.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So how did it go? I know Millie Rose. Big up Millie Rose. Big up Millie. Come on.
Millie Rose.
Amazing artist, amazing performer. Amazing person as well.
Yeah.
So how did it go?
Yeah, it was different. It was very different. Like, just to be, because I've seen so many like interviews with like, Park 105 and, Capital, and like just seeing many artists go on and stuff like that. But I just seen the whole process of it all, like that was different. So yeah, it was interesting, and you just never know what to expect. And I was with my man, Riley, and I met Riley for the first time. Yeah, and he's Riley,
slim guy.
Yeah, with the blue hair. Oh, he
changed blue now. I know Riley. Riley's good people as well. Big up Riley.
Big up Riley.
He's going to India soon or something. Yeah. Is it India?
Yeah, he's going to India.
Yeah, he's going to India. Big up, I love Riley.
Yeah,
Riley's an amazing poet as well. Really nice fella.
Yeah, he's a publicised author, and yeah, he had something to plug in at that time at least. And I was just thankful that, at that time around, I suppose in God's timing, it was a time for me to plug something else in as well. So
okay.
Yeah, so
yeah, we should plug something else in. What do you mean?
So that interview came just after my first event, my first ever like creative event, and I was just truly honored to just be able to put out there that I have something to say to the world. I have something to bring, and it was just nice to just be able to relive like that event that I was able to tune into and just be able to experience for himself, and I just point out that platform. That's my baby right now. So yeah,
prophetic
night.
Perfect nights, that's it. Yeah. It was really nice. The first night was really nice. I can testify to that. There's a lot of lovely poets there, a lot of lovely people there who come to show you a lot of love. It was, I think it was a combination of a lot of things. Because like I said, it felt like the whole room was there to show you love. Even though there was a poetry event, it's like it was almost a celebration of who you are and what you represent on the poetry scene. Let's talk more about that, because it's like I wasn't surprised to see the amount of people that came to your event. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It made it very exciting. Because some people for a first event that was very, very successful, I must say. And it was, how can I say? I feel like I shared in your blessing to see so many people come out for you, and then to see the caliber of people in the room, and then the energy that was in the room as well, and to actually get to perform there as well, because I got to perform as well. Yeah, it was nice. How was that for you? And then, how was that for you first? Let's talk about that. Then I want to digress into your whole poetry, poetry lifestyle. Let's call it, because it is a poetry lifestyle for you still.
Yeah.
So how was it for you? How was it for you doing your first event?
Admittedly, I'd say like it was nerve-breaking, as you can imagine. I think I went out of my way for a lot of things. It was my first time hosting. It's my first time curating my own event. And I felt like there was a lot of lead up and build up to such a night, such a wonderful night. And I just felt like I had something to prove to everyone that I knew immediately. Like, my church family, my blood family, everyone, I had something to prove that, there's a matter of capability within oneself. And for someone who just, who's keen on knocking himself down and feeling he's incapable, it was just wonderful to just go out of something that I thought was out of my depths, to just bring something into the forefront and just make everyone feel truly wholesome in an environment that I was intended to just make everyone feel free to just be who they are on stage, whenever it's on stage or to spectate, and just feel like they can relate to something. You know, that's part of a bigger thing, and that's why I picked out the name prophetic, and you know, just being able to foretell or manifest and culminate events through words. And I feel like there's so much power in words, and I had to believe in myself that I was capable of making something like that happen. So when I brought that to the forefront, I just wanted to be able to perpetuate a message that you can be you, and you can create something that you feel like is out of your depths. And yeah, I think it was just wonderful, just people come up to me and saying that they were inspired, because they never thought I could do something like that. But then, like, for me, myself, like, I didn't know I could do something like that either.
When you say they never thought you could do something like that, in what respect? In what respect? What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, because arguably, although I thought about this 2 years ago, I think 4 years down the line, I mean, 4 years is when I actually started, like, being in the whole creative aspect of things. Like, I didn't know what I would be truly capable of and putting out there, but it's just nice to know that, you know, I can truly manifest something and then just make something happen through my actions, through my words, and through the forefront. But like, I feel like it's just all God as well, you know, waking up 2 a.m. in the morning and coming through with revelation and just bringing that into existence. And I think it just brings into the forefront this idea that you just do, you know, whatever comes into your mind, you just do, you just plan it out, you just action it and, you know, ratify it and bring it into existence. And I feel like that's what I needed to do more, and being able to manifest that event and make it happen in real life, yeah, that was something that was bound to happen.
You know what I was saying now, in respect, I don't want to put words into your mouth. I want to talk about your relationship with poetry, your initial relationship with poetry, why you started poetry. But what I will say is, I don't discount it being a preordained thing by God to help you to get to do that event the way you did that event. However, I won't attribute it is to that, but I won't attribute it to that in that sense where it was that, for me, that event was a culmination of your poetry journey. Do you understand? That you wasn't just like you woke up like, and not to take anything away from what you're saying, I don't feel like you just woke up and said, I'm going to do an event and then we do, you know, like, God help me, and he just helped you and he came down and helped you. God has got your back all the time. You've been tirelessly working in the poetry community in all different aspects for, if you said you started 4 years ago, we're going to talk about that now, for a long time. So that is a reflection of all the amount of time you put into poetry. That's what that event was for me. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, but for you, you couldn't do anything without God's help and protection. But that actual event is a reflection of your whole poetry journey up until this point, and all the people that you've come across, and all the people that you supported, all the people that you've looked up to, or you've worked with, all the people that you've performed to, all the people you've inspired, all the people that walked alongside you, walked behind you, walked in front of you. You know what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's what it is. So, first of all, why Arnie the Beta? Well, that's your name. Your name's Arnie, but your poetry name is Arnie the Beta, right?
Yeah.
So why Arnie the Beta? Let's talk about that.
So with Arnie, like my friends would generally call me Arnie, so I think that brings about this sort of impressionably, like, you know, you can even know me as Arnold. If I said Arnold the Beta, that didn't really sound too right to me, but like, you know, where my friends call me Arnie, it's like that brings about the sort of approach and that sort of friendliness that, you know, people have usually been accustomed to anyways.
Friendliness. What's my man's line again? Arnie, what's Arnie's name? What's Arnie? Oh, no, Arnie Schwarzenegger, what's his name? I'll be back. No, there's another one he does. There's another one. Like, it's not like Get Out. What are you talking about? Like, Arnie, I'll think of that Arnie as well. Like, come on.
Strength.
Yeah, strength. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my dad gave me the name anyways, and
Arnold or Arnie, the nickname
Arnold. He, you know, he grew up in the 80s and he wanted me to be like, you know, strong like the action star as such.
Okay, so it was after Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Say, what's after Arnold? Big Arnie, I'll be back. Come on, done now. Because that.
Yeah, and then the Beta, like, I think it took a while for that to come by, and I know a lot of people wouldn't call themselves like a beta, especially in this day and age where, you know, we're confounded by ideas of like the alpha male, someone who perpetuates like machoism and strength and like almost to the lines of like perfectionism as well. And I felt like, you know, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be like as humane as I possibly can. And I felt like a beta is like a byproduct that has its flaws, or something that's going through testing periods. And when you think of something that's beta testing, yeah, it's something that's still going through the work, something that's still incomplete in some ways or another. So I feel like that's just kind of how I always lived my life and how I always see things, where it's like, you know, I'm not entirely perfect in the way I go about things, but it's like I'm always going through the process, going through the motions, going through learning. And like, yeah, I've just been willing to accept that. And so I just come through that sense of vulnerability. So it's like, it's just kind of a bit of a contradiction between strength and the sort of byproduct. So it's like, yeah, it's just having that sort of duality of who I am, you know, someone who abides by strength, but also accepts that he has some flaws of his that he's willing to embrace as well. So, yeah.
So why, what was your first, you said like poetry, should we go poetry first? What were you like as a kid?
I was like a wallflower. Like, I mean, I was carefree as well, but like
A wallflower.
yeah, like just someone who,
A wallflower,
yeah,
like, that's interesting.
I mean, shy. I mean, I think that's brought along to how things are now. Like, I've been quite shy where I need to be, but like in certain spaces or depending on certain people, yeah, I can be quite comfortable enough to be like loud, energetic, brazen. But you know, one thing that's always been a confounding thing about me, I've always been enthusiastic about life, and I always enjoy and gratified by like new experiences and new things as well. It's like, so yeah, just appreciating all the little things and just appreciating like everything that comes my way, and just always looking for fun where I can, and just looking for some form of activity and energeticness, you know, things to express my energy. So yeah.
Nice wallflower. I like that. It's quite eloquent. Sorry.
Oh, that's a school aspect anyway. So.
Huh?
Like, you know, being in school, just being shy, just being in the background, and like.
So what was it like? So what was you like in school? You saying you were shy? Don't you have to explain? Elaborate for me more, man. What was school like?
Yeah. It was tough at times, you know, like
Yeah, why?
like I felt like I was a very easy target, like, you know, to be verbally bullied. You know, I didn't have like the thickest of skins anyway. So like, you know, whenever people would say things about how I looked, which was usually like the first impression of things, yeah, it's like, you know, those are the things where it would dishearten me, and like, you know, that just kind of dissolved like my spirit and this dissolved who I was. So, you know, I was going through like a lot of like identity crisis, just trying to figure out who on earth I was and who I was really trying to be. And like, you know, it's just very difficult to accept that I could be strong or I could be confident as such. And I feel like if I did have that sense of confidence anyways, then I'd be concerned of like how that will compound on others. Because like if I was too confident, I'll come across as arrogant. Like if I was too confident, I'd come across as selfish or narcissistic as such. So yeah,
Just concerned of your impact of your of how your character would impact other people.
yeah,
Is that because of how things had impacted you?
yeah.
Cool. So how did you manage to find a balance, or how did you manage to find within people? Because you're saying younger, so you was like bullied a bit.
Yeah.
So how did you get through that? So I think a lot of people went through that, but people deal with that in different ways, you know. And I think you're quite articulate. I think you are confident enough now. You can hold your own. I've seen you on stage doing stuff. I've spoken to you like privately. I know you. You're a friend. So I kind of know. I don't know everything about you, but I kind of know you as a man, and you're quite outspoken. So like, how did you manage to combat that from the young age to get to be the man you are today from school? That what was the support networks, or how did you could elaborate for me?
I think it all comes down to being in the right environments. And like, I think when you go through the course of bullying, and this is something that I always say onto others as well, like I feel like school is the time where you're most present, because you have to deal with the things that is coming towards you in the immediate conception of life. And it has taken me a very, very long time to go through the course of like self-development and accepting that what everyone says about me isn't entirely true. And I think coming up to this point now, I've realized like, you know, you can change the narratives with your adjectives. And I think that comes down to like, you know, what we say in our words and affirmations and such. And I figured like before even being a poet,
What was that? You can change your narrative with adjectives. You're very poetic all the time. You speak really well, but guys, sorry to cut you. God, you said that being a poet.
I mean, even in the toughest times, you know, you just through your trials, every single trial, there's always a lesson, isn't it? And it wasn't until 16 I realized like the thing that I was missing from my life more than anything was confidence. but then it's also embracing the application of what you start to realize as well. So that took a long time as well. And I think up to this point now, from 16 to where I am now, where I'm 34, I've come to realize.
34?
Yeah.
You don't fucking look it. You don't look 34. You ain't younger than 34. I would be in your 20s, cuz.
Yeah.
You're doing all right, mate. Come on.
Yeah. You know, you're only as old as you feel. And I'm sure you, of all people, know that, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know what? The other day, I saw, you know what? I just, I don't want to be as old as I feel right now. But you know, I saw a thing with Prince, like the artist formerly known as Prince is there. But he said, he was talking about birthdays. And he said, you only have one birthday. The day you're born. You don't have any other birthdays. I don't have any other birthdays. That's my birthday. And that's it. Because this is how old I am. That's how I stay young. I had one birthday, and that's the day I was birthed. Don't tell me what years I am. I'm not this year. Every year doesn't go up. That's why I keep looking so young. That's what he said. So I think I like that. I did like that. Yeah. So if you have it like that, then no one can. There's no age because it's almost like every year people give you years, and like you said, you're as old as you feel. So in life and in society, and it's just as we feel as human beings.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm sure you feel younger than you actually look. Yeah. Sorry, no. I got you. I want to see people get it. Waka waka waka. No, what I'm saying is like society and everything. They give you age. They give us like time. They give me all these concepts they're given by man. But realistically, like you said, you're as old as you feel. And some of us, you don't look 34, cuz. You will look like 24 to me. I'd have put you a lot younger than that. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I'd put you about, yeah.
I mean, I do get that quite a bit, and I feel like in a biological age as well. I've been told through the machines, anyways, that like in my biological essence, anyways, I'm like 25 years old.
Okay.
But like, I think it's just a matter of like how capable you feel. And I learned this through my pastor as well, because like he's turning on 56 right now.
56.
Yeah, and the things that he's capable of at his age, like he always told me, and just like yourself, he'll give me like one of the most like hard-going like handshakes as well. Yeah, but like he said, he wanted to be able to keep himself fit enough in order to praise God's name, and you will see him jumping and. You'll see him lifting like the most extensive of things, like a pulpit that's like 20, 30 kilos or something like that, like deadlifting.
Well, he actually lifts the pulpit up sometimes.
Yeah, like if needed be. But like, that moment in time when he told me that he needed to be capable to continue to lift God's name, I think that was one of the things that allowed me to understand that I need to be capable as well and never feel like, I'm never below the circumstances that I'm within. So, yeah. So I come up with things that sometimes encourage others in some ways as well. And it's important to encourage yourself. So, yeah. Affirmations comes a long way to just making yourself feel like, you're young within yourself and just feeling like you're capable. And yeah, sometimes we forget that. So, yeah.
Right. So what was the process at 16? You said around 16, you went through bullying and stuff. Around 16, you started realising who you was and the confidence. You was allowed to be confident, opposed to being told what you was and what you wasn't. And like, like when people bully, it's a reflection of themselves anyway and their fears and insecurities. But when you were around 16, what was the kind of like what was the catalyst for the confidence? How did that look to you? What was it like? How did you grow?
I think with bullying, when you get the chance to get yourself out of the environment, because like, I think some people are constricted by the idea that they have to go through the course of the school that they're in. And, eventually when you don't get to see the people who oppress you, that's when you find like the ability to sort of, just learn and understand that, you don't have to be fixated in that environment anymore. And unfortunately, because...
So you're not in
the environment.
In the environment. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that's what allows us to just, alleviate, all the burdens that we go through and just no longer hearing the sort of external noises that tell you that, you are this thing, you are ugly, or you are, you're not good enough, or that sort of thing as well. Yeah. So I think that's what everyone ever needed, and it takes people getting out of school or getting out of certain environments in order to allow themselves to, to find strength within their resolve. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no one gets the right to tell anyone that they're anything less than what they actually are, or who they are, or what they feel they believe they can be themselves. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. But people, like you were saying, there's other environments, other toxic environments. It could be the people talking about the way you look, the way you the way you behave, just like the manipulative stuff. Like in relationships, there's so many different. There's people happens in the workplace. There's so many different places where what you're talking about happens, and there's so many different shapes and sizes and colours of it.
Oh, yeah.
But to understand that all you need to do is take yourself out of the environment, and that environment doesn't define you. Is power in yourself. So that's what we're talking about now. We're empowering people at home as well to understand that they don't have to believe that is the entirety of their world or their life, that there's more out there than what they're in, and all they need to do is take themselves out of that environment as soon as they can, and they can be valued. There's a place where you can be valued and loved.
Yeah.
So talk to me about poetry, man. How did you start poetry?
It started in church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talks a lot about church today.
No,
because I know God's right. He's in the room with us right now.
Yeah, it's part of the identity.
Yeah.
It's part of the identity.
What would you say your religion is? Like your religious? What is it? Religious? How would they say it?
Where's my faith?
Your faith.
My belief.
Okay,
yeah. I just believe in God. I don't like to put like a label to what.
Religious discipline, I would say, or something. I don't know. That's what
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Go on.
I just believe in God, I just believe in like the salvation of God and, what he has to bring to the world and his intention to, save his people and save, people in its entirety, and that's just what I truly believe in. I don't like to be tied to one specific doctrine anyways.
Okay.
So that's just how I see things anyways.
Nice. So poetry. Talk to me about poetry, because you're a great poet. You've got a lot to say. Like, how can I say this? I can say you're a good-looking man. You know that. we can say we want to say it. It's like, I'm saying. That means you're strong black skin. You know what I'm saying? You're a good-looking man, handsome man. No one can't tell you nothing, cuz. I'm looking at you, and beauty comes from inside out as well as outside. Like it's also all different parts of you. That's why I say you've got a very, very, very strong aura. Poetry. I want to know about poetry. I don't want to. You're trying to make me peel back. You've got so much on poetry, Arnie. You have to give me something, because you started poetry 4 years ago. You're internationally on the line. You're online all the time. You go from here to New York to there to there. I've seen you on bare things. Yeah. When I first started the poetry industry, and not when I first started, I started way before I met you. But when I came back on the scene, and was on the scene that you was on. Cause you was everywhere. I was everywhere. Every event I went to, you would know someone, or someone would know you as well. Or you'd be performing. You'd be striving to get better at stuff. You'd be trying different things. You're just there. But you have to give it to me. I can't. I'm telling you what I know about you. So for 4 years, if that was what we saw at Prophetic Nights, if that was that's just a small snippet of the things you've done, because not everyone that wanted to be there could be there, but the room was packed. So imagine that. So I want to know about your whole poetry journey, the highs, the lows, the why did you start? What was your first initial kind of like your style of poetry, first and foremost? I see you as a love poet. Like
what?
I see you as a love poet. Remember, this is just my perception. It's not who you are.
Okay.
I'm saying I see you as a love poet, like wooing a girl with your this, that, and da. You know what I mean?
I can't say that's happened as of yet, but like. Funny enough, when I did start off my poetry, my first piece that I did was called Stepping Stones, and that was just a matter of encouragement. And I think comparable to the way things are in my style now, I feel that was like more like a nursery rhyming syllabus, as opposed to now where it's compounded with like intricate word plays and like lines within lines and just playing on phonetics and stuff like that. Like, so
even that you've blown my head already just with that. The first one was a nursery rhyme syllabus.
Yeah, so it's just like.
What do you mean by that?
It's just simple rhyming. And I always thought like poetry was in the rhyming, but no, it's in. You can have either something known as free versing or blank statements, where you give off statements. You give off statements without any sort of structure in mind. But like I literally had structured flows where it was just like I was putting 7 words upon 7 words upon 7 words, 8 words. It was just things that I learned in school. That's what I felt like poetry was. But then I felt like, and then what I come to realize over the course of the journey is poetry is whatever you make of it. Or in the essence of creativity in it all. Like, it's whatever you make of it. And you know, I just love the idea of being able to step into something where you don't have to abide or be confined by particular rules or subsets of it. Like, even if people have built like foundations for it, like those foundations are things that you elaborate on and you make of it on your own. Because, you know, I in the heights of it, I used to look towards people like Rohan Samuels or Mr. RS anyways, as he's going by now.
He's done a podcast. He's actually done a podcast.
Yeah.
It's coming out in a little while.
Guy Kelton Jones.
Kelton Jones, who's that?
Yeah, he was just Guy Kelton Jones. I met him in Word Zoo, and he was one of the first headliners that showed me what it means to showcase high level poetry at its highest. And you showcase poetry.
Sorry.
It's just when you get to see someone. I'm not going to throw out a lot of big words here, but
No, you throw them out, bro. You
Yeah.
talk like you talk.
yeah, when I see someone actualized in their art, and that means like they're able to find their identity in the form of how they want to perform things. And he was singing, he was rapping, he was performing like whatever could be considered to be poetry at the time. But like, I just couldn't believe someone was capable of just shifting through different
Art mediums.
art mediums, and to do it like immediately and just control everyone in like immediately. And yeah, like he's just someone that I've just
Captivating.
took the time to actually study. I remember my first year, you know, I was studying all sorts of things, studying Wu-Tang Clan, I was studying KRS-One, studying Prodigy, and just all the top dogs, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and coursing through interviews. Just every single day I spent like an hour just studying the craft and honing in on like what it means to what it means to write. And yeah, like church provided me that sort of platform to perform almost every few weeks or so, especially
On your skills.
like, yeah, because it was all on a Zoom call, and I can remember my first performance even to this day. My auntie wanted me to perform on the Zoom call for poetry, and I never performed poetry in my life. And even till then, I only had like 6 pieces to my name. 6 pieces. And when I had to write this out, this was a piece called God's Vision. And it was just being able to talk on the perspective of Jesus walking through the desert and what it means to be sort of resilient in your faith, and what it means to be, you know, walking through your faith. Yeah. When you have so many temptations coming through your way, when you have so many things that can distract you from your purpose. And the church really ate it up. And even though it was on a Zoom call, I can hear like the applause, the wows, I was getting like direct messages on WhatsApp. And I think that was the fuel and the encouragement that necessitated like this idea of like moving forward or something. And I suppose that's what people need sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Because poetry is your own medium, like we just said, it is what you want to make it. So therefore, sorry, I need to stretch. So once you're in it, the only thing that separates, like for me, us from the Kendrick Lamars and certain other people is the fact that they've actually got fame and accolades. They are very, very good at what they do. Not taking away from what certain people do. They are very high performers, but everyone's telling their story.
Yeah.
And you're telling your story, I'm telling my story. Like you said, it's just like their story is more digestible for other people. People love it, the way that in which they tell the story, the art medium which they choose to bring it. But yet your story is still valid, and you have that compounded different way of bringing it in and telling it. It's no longer just a nursery rhyme syllabus thing you're doing no more. It's like now you're firing shots.
Where I am 34 years old now, like I feel like your confidence has to match your consciousness. And for me, that entails like I think all of us could say that we're truly confident in our minds, especially when you think along the things of like egoism and like ideality and, you know, the things that make you who you are. Like all these things that are compounding in your head, like your thoughts on who you want to be and who you can be. All of those things are just stuck and confined in your mind. And I feel like it's just down to us to just bring that into existence and make that actually happen, you know, to actualize it. And, you know, when I realized that, you know, with the whole changing of the narratives and stuff like that, you know, I was told that, you know, I was ugly, but it's like, I was for so long, or, you know, short of stature, or being like minuscule, being incapable, or saying like, you know, when it comes to sports, which I loved so much as well, you know, just being incapable of doing that. You know, those are the things that sort of derive you from loving the very things that you can truly love and truly like appreciate in life, which is like who you are within your vessel and the things that you love doing. And when people tell you certain things, yeah, I think it's come to this point now and the whole deprogramming and stuff like that to realize it's your choice on whenever to accept these things or to just sort of just put it to the side. And I understand that everyone's due for such criticism, but that's what I was going on to say about being enclosed in certain environments where you're just compounded with continuous criticism or just things that you feel like it's just not you, and it's just down to you to sort of abort the noise and to sort of snuff out any sort of negativity that sort of overrides your thinking and that confidence that you have in your mind as to who you are and who you want to be. And who I really and truly want to be is happy, to be in a peace of mind, to be happy in what I am and what I'm trying to be and, you know, what I'm trying to do. And it's just to be happy. I think that's what it all compiles to.
What's your happiest moment in poetry?
Oof. Wow.
I went to art. I said, "Hey, you know, you said we are who we need to think we are. What did you say? We are who we think in our heads. We are." What did you say? What did you say?
I mean, it's just
you said we are the consciousness. What was it you said?
When your confidence matches your consciousness, but like,
It's not confidence match your consciousness. That's what I want to ask. Does your conscience match your confidence?
Confidence match your consciousness.
Say again?
Does your confidence match your consciousness?
Does your confidence match your consciousness?
Yes.
Yeah?
Amen, Mac. Yeah.
That's what I said. Are you at home? Does your confidence match your consciousness? If it doesn't, let it catch up and let your confidence match your consciousness, and then apply yourself. Through positive affirmations, you can do anything you want to do. That's what's up. I like that.
Yeah, man.
I like that. Yes.
Prophetic.
Huh? Prophetic.
That's prophetic. That's
Arnie the Bear.
That's the basis of prophetic, man. That's the basis of it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Your happiest moment in poetry.
Oh, man. I think...
You don't have to choose one. You can just give me a couple of different ones. Give me one.
Okay, I think one of the most immediate ones I can think of anyways is...
It was when you met me. You heard my first poem.
No, I can't lie. Your events definitely bring about like a sense of joy every single time. Like it's just the character. Like it just makes me laugh. It makes me uplifted as such. But like, I remember the first time I performed the Voices of Power, and I never imagined I'd be called up onto the stage because like I was one of the last few people to be called up, and my best friend was there, and like. There was just so many people that I met through the course of the journey in that room, and I just wanted to be able to prove something. And one of the most defining pieces, which was Mirror Confliction, I don't know what it was about myself, yeah, but like...
Mirror Confliction.
Mirrored Confliction.
Mirrored Confliction, okay.
So, you know, the thing that defined Mirror Confliction is turning self-hatred into self-love. And that was the whole switch along from turning the whole narratives with the adjectives and stuff like that. So I've always been about turning my negatives into positives. And the thing that I wanted to reaffirm is like, I can, on this very day, turn my negatives into positives. And like, I just couldn't go through the usual pace and the usual like beginning to end of the piece because people were just kind of like wheel it. And I heard that a good like 7 times like over. And it was just nice to know that people actually deeped and fathomed the message, you know, like things like, if I was to say along the lines of, I love being black, there's no doubt about that. I got to appreciate the surface of my habitat. You know, things like that, you know, and it's just being able to switch on the very thing that had been my identity for so long, which is like all these negative circumstances of me being ugly or me being told that, you know, my surface was more important than what I had in my interior. Like, you know, so, you know, it was just being able to switch that on my head. You know, I feel like my inner child was being able to bring that to the forefront and just finally bring matters into the closure. And that's what we needed to do. That's what we all needed to do. And I think I was in a place of finally accepting that.
I don't think there's no such thing as ugly in this world. There's what the internet, whatever, deemed to be. You know, like what there's certain criteria that they say is feeling. No, there's no ugly. You know, like beauty's in the eye of the beholder. There's no ugly, bro.
Could I tell you that I'd beg to differ on that? Only because...
Tell me what you want. You can tell me what you want.
Only because, like, I feel like words are as powerful as the intentions behind it. And
What's that?
words are as powerful as the intentions behind it.
Yeah.
And like that word ugly is always going to be there. Like whenever we want to reaffirm and say like there's this whole beauty in the eye of the beholder, yeah, there are things where that can be considered ugly, you know, whenever it's how we look or in the actions of what humans do, you know, that could be regarded as ugly. But,
So, okay, go on.
but the thing is, like, where I've gone on to accept at this point in my time now, yeah, and let me just finish about this, yeah, where my surface may be ugly, yeah, the spirit could be beautiful.
Yeah.
And one thing I've been going on to accept as well is like, I've been taught my whole life, like how my surface is the sort of thing that defines me. But like, you know, that could never classify what my interior has to bring to the forefront. You
Absolutely.
know? And sorry.
No, you're good. Don't be sorry about nothing, mate.
No, I just went on to accept like, it's not my whole defining character, you know, being ugly or not. You know, those are the things that are subject to consideration. Those are subject to variables as such, you know. So like things can be ugly, you know, I might be ugly, but like, you know, my actions or who I am as a person, that could be beautiful. So
Okay, I'll take that on. Yeah. But I will also add this to it, yeah?
yeah.
There are certain words in the English language or out there that are used to describe things. Is it adjectives used to describe things? Cool. So when people first encounter something, like when they first came to Africa, saw black people in a certain way, these features, they're repulsive, they're this, they're that. After some time of taking things in, you see the beauty inside what you're looking at. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not the fact of anything. I don't think anything can be ugly. I don't think anything in nature, in Mother Nature, I don't think there is such a thing as ugliness. If you look at something for long enough, you can see the beauty in it. So therefore, to use that word ugly, to me, it's ugly to use the word ugly. Fuck that. Do you get me? Like as long as you know, like I can't explain it. You can have a frog with 2 eyes here, and you know, there's animals that have got very distorted features.
Yeah.
But there's still beauty within those features. There's still elegance within those things. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So for me, it doesn't compute. That's why I say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Because when you behold things in the right light, when you understand and comprehend things, you can see the beauty in them. Whether you want to now say that's a beauty from inside, that's your definition of stuff, or it's the external beauty. Irrespective, there's beauty on both parts. For me, one just has to be able to take whatever kind of like, because this is reflective from your own mind. Then, because when you're looking at something you've never seen before, you can't comprehend how it looks. It's you building these pictures up. You're like, it's ugly to you at that point in time. But after a little while, it becomes beautiful to you. Like a baby when it's first born. Have you seen a baby? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then the next thing, you look at it again and it's beautiful. That same, you can see beauty in that if you look hard enough. There's so many different ways to see stuff.
Unravels, yeah.
You know? So that that's ugly. Then the next thing, 10 years later, everyone wants to look like this or wear this. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why there's no fucking, to me, there is no ugly. Like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Do you know what I'm saying? There's beauty in absolutely everything. Even in what people would deem the ugliest thing, there's beauty within that. The thing what they're saying, the ugly. In the darkness, there's so much beauty. In the light, there's beauty. In the shade, there's beauty. Yeah. You know, like there's beauty in death.
Yeah.
There's beauty in death, bro. Like some people in rigor mortis, there's beauty in that. I'm telling you, if you say there's ways to look at stuff, like, and it just depends on your perspective. This is just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to feel how you feel. Your opinion is totally valid. But I'm just trying to restate how I see things. Like for people to come and say, "Oh, you're ugly," and she's beautiful, or he's ugly and he's beautiful, or that picture's ugly, and then it's subjective. Yeah. Fuck that. So beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Everything's beautiful as far as I'm concerned. Just depends on how you want to look at it. And your eyes, how beautiful is your mind? You know, like, I can't, there's so many things. You know, like somebody who's got, say, a debilitating disease and they can't move, whatever. And they could see just a bag, like in the American Beauty, a bag floating up in the air. And just to them, they could see the beauty in that. We'd see rubbish floating in the air, but they could see the beauty in the darts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like that happened in the American Beauty, the thing floating. But I'm just saying, just when you can take time and stop and look at things from different perspectives, everything and anything can be beautiful. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel.
In actions, though.
In actions.
Yeah, because like when I said earlier, like, you know, ugliness could be deemed in the actions of man. You know, like, you know, when you look at actions of, I don't want to get too much in depth of it, but like, you know, let's say war. You know, like some may argue that there's beauty in war, but then there's also ugliness too.
Absolutely, but it's still like I said, there's beauty in death. So it depends on how you're looking. It's like someone could say, like, I couldn't watch a lion tearing something to pieces. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's part of nature. If you look at it a certain way, there would be a beauty in the way that it's done, bro.
Yeah, the photographer can take the time and...
Yeah, so I've got to contradict it still. There is nothing beautiful about harming another person or doing harm to another person. I can't condone that. So if we're talking in that perspective, no. But after there was a thing where after everyone was dead on the field, the poppies grew. That was born of war. There was beauty in war. So
the whole rose in the concrete in that.
Yeah. So there is that in that perspective. Yes, there is, because you can't have light without dark, as they say. You can't have pain without what's the opposite of pain? Joy. Yeah, joy. You know. So there's beauty in both. You can be too joyous. Like look at the Joker.
The Joker.
Yeah, the Joker.
Okay.
So crazy, like joyous to a crazy part. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's different levels for me anyway. I just think that's just how I feel about that. And therefore, no one's got the right to tell no one else they're ugly or no one can tell no one they're ugly. Take a good look at your fucking self. Because the same people when I was young, same thing I used to get. People used to like to mug me off, bruv. Ah, look at you, rubber lips they used to call me. Imagine that. I swear to God, I remember they used to take the piss. I used to cry about it. Like they used to do. I'm laughing about it now, but they younger white kids. They used to go like that, like to mimic my lips. Like, nah. Look what's going on. Look what's going on, cuz with the college. Bruv, you know what? Not even just that. After a certain age, like. Women, I'm just applying it to stuff that I've gone through and understand. Women said,
I see where you're going.
You got kissable lips and this and this and this. But don't trust me. I had problems with that when I was younger. Like because I used to always, you know, like have my mouth open, you know. One bit with job, I'm telling you, as a kid, and people used to I'm telling you, and it didn't make me feel good at all, cuz. I think I don't know, it's probably my mouth was always open. We catching flies, I used to get run, cuz. But it's like, fuck them. What do they know? And that's what I'm just saying, like, do you know what I mean? And that's for everyone out there at home as well. They don't tell you you're ugly, don't listen to them, because you're beautiful. Trust me, whatever you look like, you're beautiful. And someone loves you, you need to love yourself. For real, for real, for real, for real. It's not easy, like you said, when you're in certain environments, and people are toxic and they're doing and saying certain things to you. It's just when you can understand yourself and understand how to get out of these environments, it's then it becomes more healthy, because it's unhealthy when you're there. When you're at the mercy of those people, at mercy of certain things, it's not nice at all. We just pray that you can find the confidence and the strength to get out. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, you look at your skin. You know, people would love to have your beautiful skin. Yeah, I don't even want to start gassing you up, cuz. I'll start gassing you up.
Yeah, I'm not looking for that.
You know, something ugly. I'm telling you ugly. Just say thank you. Thank you very much. That's it. And keep it moving. There's no you ain't. That's for all you youngsters as well, because right now, online and all that kind of stuff, so much is on about how we look. And it's not about how you look. You're beautiful. Whatever you represent, you're beautiful. And we're gonna move on now as well. But you're beautiful. However you look, you don't need to change how you look. Individuality, you was born a certain way for a certain reason. So don't feel like you can't be yourself and look like yourself. Enjoy who you are. Remember, go look at the story of the fucking ugly duckling. Sorry for swearing. Go read the story of the ugly duckling. And then you know. Yeah? Love yourself, please. Come on, yeah, come on. You have to drink to that still. Cheers up, you hear me? Oh, yes, come on. So, right, what was your worst time with poetry? Like you could have just because I read them I just wanted to just disappear. No. That we just thought, oh nah.
No, you know what? I think it was just in the mindset of things, and like when I'm going through the identity crisis, which I've been through quite a few times, it's always compounded to this one thing. Yeah, it's like, what am I really doing this for? And I think even upon recent times, yeah, it's like it's staying authentic with your mission, like as an artist, of like what you want to do, like why do you do this, and like those are the things that derive you from the fun that you have. And I think it just comes down to the whole mindset of things. And like I was like, am I really chasing gigs just to headline, or am I sort of reallocating myself to extend my time and to be able to perpetuate the message where, you know, you can embrace your flaws, you can embrace the things that go so wrong in your life, you know, like, you know, turning the negatives into a positive. And it was just nice to have that extenuating time on the stage to be able to do that. But I think I lost myself in the whole void of like, oh, you know, I'm getting this gig, I'm getting that gig, and it's like, oh, I'm looking to get paid, and it's just like that kind of denies the idea that, like, you know, I do want people to listen to the messages that I derive over the time, because like, yeah, that's what I felt like I was about, you know, and those are the things that I enjoy doing, like making people feel empowered about themselves, making people feel like, you know, you can be on that point of the stage as well, and be encouraged to tell your truth and tell your story and bring it to existence and feel empowered from doing it. And that got lost. That got lost so much, yeah, that it's like, what am I really chasing for? What is my innermost desires or such? So yeah.
How did you lose it? How did you like, I know that's, you know, when I hate when people ask me, like, when I say I've lost that, they say, where'd you lose it? Like, I hate when people ask me that, but how did you think you lose it? What was the point when you felt like you kind of lost it?
You lose it from feeling like you're blessed for so long that nothing can go wrong. And it's just
Complacency then.
yeah, it's just taking the time to realize, you know, what you're really doing this for, you know, like, because even if I was willing to accept at the time, like, so many doors opening for me, it's like not every single door is the right door, you know. Not every door leads you to the path of what God has in store for you, which is like, you know, your true actualization, your true purpose, and what you're willing to give, you know. So yeah, I just got lost in my own blessing, basically. And this journey, although it has been a blessing, I can't say it's a curse, but like the negative aspect is deriving from like constantly chasing and deriving that feeling of like, you know, I want more and more and more, as opposed to being content with the journey. And I feel like when you're going through such inclination and then at such speed, yeah, you forget about the process, the due process, you forget about the blessings, you forget about the self-development and the recourses that you go through, which is like, you know, when I first started, you know, I was nervous as hell. I was like, you know, I had to give myself the breathers on stage, and people, I don't know.
Yourself who?
The breathers.
The
like,
bravers?
No, like breathing. Like,
okay, the breathers.
So whenever anyone would notice when I'm on stage, and I give this sort of encouragement to people who start off as well, I just take the time to sort of breathe before I perform, close my eyes. And I feel like if I can control that moment, then I can definitely control what's to come next as well. And that's
There's some pearls of wisdom from you performers out there.
Yeah.
Helping you out there. Some techniques there. It's giving you some technique there. Take a moment to breathe before you go on. And if you can control your breath, then you can
control the moment.
You control your mind, yeah?
Yeah.
Control your mind, you control the performance.
Control the present.
Control the present.
Yeah.
I always get what do I say, butterflies, stage fright. Doesn't matter how many times
It's bound to happen.
Huh?
It's bound to happen.
Yeah, I always have it. However, when I have in the past had a ritual that has helped me immensely, whether it be music, breathing, mouth exercises, repetition of the actual piece, or positive affirmations of something. Like those, I don't know, 4 or 5 things. Any one of them could have really helped in the past. But I think breathing is, like you said, once you can breathe, you can control the mind. Once you control the mind, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Poetry. No, you, no.
Your use of words, your use of the words in the, I don't know, English dictionary is very eloquent. Where do you get your love for? It seems like you've got love for words and studying words and using them in smart kind of ways.
Yeah, this guy like it.
Where does that come from?
Very nice.
I think when I was going through that recourse of like exploring the craft and honing in, battle rap has been a big aspect of my sort of learning point as well, like learning from particular artists as well, and listening to people like Charlie Clips, Loaded Locks, what's his name? No, there's Dumbfounded. There was a guy that Dumbfounded Face as well. It's just like moving on from one artist to another as soon as you come across them, and like just learning from them as such. And yeah, I came across things like phonetics and intricacies and like what it means to be really endowed in wordplay as such. And I suppose like honing in on different performances, stuff like that. I saw this in an interview of a battle rapper. I think his name was Pass. And I remember Pass saying, yeah, his name was Pass. He's an American or Canadian battle rapper. And he said, battle rap is the highest form of artistry. And it took me a while to just sort of reconvene and think like, why would he say something like that? I mean, is it because he's so embedded in that art form that it's easy for him to say that? And then when you realize it, these guys, they're honing in on their craft like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in preparation time, yeah, until they have to face someone who's going to criticize themselves, who's going to criticize them and find the sort of ineptitudes and all the filters, all the negative filters in their life, yeah. And they're going to use that against you as much as they can, yeah. But you within yourself, yeah, it's your job to do the same thing, but do it in a way that's so illustrative, so creative, and so inquisitive, yeah, that it makes people think. And when you're on that stage between two people on opposite ends, yeah, it's kind of like a debate, but it's like you're opening ideas and exploration as to like, who do you choose to believe in? Do you believe in the person who you're criticizing, or you believe in the person that is able to emphasize the point the most? And I was like, maybe I can bring
Emphasize what the most?
emphasize their points the most.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I could bring that into poetry. And with words, I don't know how people have looked at words here, but like looking at podcast, for example, I'm seeing two words of that word right now. I'm seeing pod and I'm seeing cast. So it's almost like you're playing Fruit Ninja. It's like I look at words and you're just chopping it in half every single time. And I feel like people said, oh, you're using phonetics, are you? You're using alliterations, Arnie. And I was like, maybe I am. Like to be able to find a word within a word. And I felt like that's one of the things that I found enjoyment and pleasure being able to do as such. And I think that's where I was able to just build on intricacies of like wordplays and stuff like that. So yeah, so I mean, just saying, for example, I start off a poem with passwords. We know that passwords can mean like, it can mean the access on a computer, but then passwords could also mean like pass, what, you know, yeah, words that pass by.
Passwords from the past.
Yeah. So it was just being able to play on that. And the beauty in itself is like, you can use a word in the same sentence, yeah, and build up on two different meanings from that. So I was learning of things about entendres, like doubles and then triples. And I think with the course of development as well, it was just interesting to find that you could do something as such as like quadruple entendres. And I was like, those were the things that were overriding enjoyment on like what I wanted to do, which is like self-discovery and seeing what I'm capable of doing. And yeah, that's where I found the enjoyment. Yeah.
School days, was you into like literature and
Not so much. Yeah, I mean, there was English language and English literature, and I found that like I tend to get higher grades in the whole literature aspect of things. And yeah, when a teacher would ask me to do like my own sort of course of poetry and stuff like that, those were the moments where I just found enjoyment in being able to use the 25 minutes or 30 minutes time just doing like a very short poem and just using as many words as I can and the teacher just being interested in things that I'll drum up that I didn't even realize I could use myself. So, yeah.
I've got some questions on the cards.
Yeah, sure.
But I've also got some questions in my phone. I've got random questions that I ask all my guests. I try and like, it's a speed, not too fast, but speed kind of like, what do you call it? It's not like answer, you answer.
Okay.
I don't know, is it speed round? Speed round? Is it
Speed Q&A. The quick Q&A, yeah.
I don't know. Speed Q&A. Something like that. Sometimes we have to make it speed because we come to the end of the time that we got, and he's like, I want to hurry up and stuff. But we've got some thing on the cards, which is like specific questions about the youth and that. But I've got some questions in my phone as well that I'd love to ask you.
Yeah, sure.
So we're going to go through them now. Best advice you've ever been given?
Be you, but not at the expense of another.
Be you, but not at the expense of another.
Yeah.
Worst advice you've ever been given?
Wow.
Should I get some head?
I might have to go back to that.
All right, come back to that.
Yeah.
What's this? Is this a Black Captain America or something?
It's Ghana in the form of like a Captain America. So yeah.
So it is a Black Captain America, isn't it?
Yeah.
African Captain America.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So it's all in the independence, you know, like.
Kenya, Africa. Yeah.
No, you always wanted to do this.
Listen, I always do what I want. I always do what I want now. I mean, I usually do, it doesn't matter what you say. If you say something, I'll say it. Tell it right. Jamaica. Boom.
Jamrock, come on, Jamrock.
Huh?
Jamrock. Jamrock.
No. Oh, welcome to Jamrock. Okay, yeah, but not so much. It's like, that I'll do, but no, if you say you're from Jamaica, or you say about Nigeria, I'll say, like, I go mad when you say about Nigeria. But yeah, now Africa you'll get. There's others as well. I can't think of. There's others that happen, but there's like other keywords that will just like make me scream. I don't know them right now.
Wicked, jungle is massive.
No, that might be yours, but that's not mine. Yeah, no. But people, are you ready? Boom! And that could come, but that doesn't. I don't know. There's some that just come out. That one, the Africa one. Love that.
That was a very quick Q&A, isn't it?
No, Q&A's not even over yet. You just we digress. The quick digression, right? All you got to do is say a certain word. And I digress like
Yep, hundreds.
like that. No, let's go back to this Ghanaian Captain America thing.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The Reds being for the people, a reminder of the people who spilled their blood, you know, to.
Are you Ghanaian? You're not Ghanaian.
Yeah, I'm Ghanaian.
You Ghanaian?
Yeah, I told you this.
Come on.
I told you this.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
You need to bring some jollof. Let me test it.
Hey, that's jollof without the Scotch bonnet, by the way. Keep that in mind.
That's the second best jollof, by the way. Worst thing you've ever done?
Wow. So as a kid, there's a lot of terrible things that I've done, but I think one of the most immediate things, like I was playing like hopscotch basically with a blender. Like I've got scars on my middle finger, like I put my
Hopscotch with a blender?
No, so basically with my finger, like a finger hopscotch, that sort of thing. So I basically put my finger in the middle of a blender and I turned it on, and
Wow.
so I got the scars to just remind myself of that stupidity. So
Wow.
yeah.
I've got some of them when I done some crazy shit when I was a kid. Yeah, when I was a kid, kids do the craziest things.
Oh, yeah.
I done some crazy shit when I was a kid, seriously. Advice to your younger self, don't play hopscotch with a blender. Advice to your younger self.
Yeah, it's just all leading to the whole confidence matches of consciousness and knowing that you're capable of anything and everything. But it's down to you to believe that as opposed to what other people think of you. So don't look for their validation, look for your own in the surplus of it.
Okay. If you died now, would you be content?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever seen?
Wow. Wow. I'll just say death. Just yeah,
Alive or death? You seen someone die? Or seen a dead body or something? You say?
yeah. Yeah. So at work, I think one of the most immediate things I could think of, someone actually jumped down from a building and fell headfirst into the middle of the pavement. So yeah.
So you saw them spread out.
No. Like he fell from like the second floor and he fell headfirst and yeah, like
What they call they broke
his cranium open, but that was it.
So
Like
you saw his brains,
nah.
but it was just cracked head.
Yeah.
And blood and all that.
Yeah.
Fuck. No. I've never seen a dead body, first of all.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Comes
You,
in
you can't forget it, can you?
It's not something I remembered for some time, but I think in this immediate moment, like those are
Sorry.
the first things I immediately think.
Yeah. Sorry, we'll move on. What's your biggest inspiration?
That yeah, I can always be better than I am and better than where I am, you know. So I believe in the idealism of boss, which is better ourselves spiritually. So
Us, better ourselves spiritually.
yeah.
If this is an exam, you fail. You're
Just
not,
living by acronyms, you know, living, yeah.
but you know, if this is an exam, you'd fail.
Why?
You're supposed to say you, I, you. Tell me something. No. tell me something about. Tell me something about you. Tell me something about you. No one knows.
I completed the 3-pick challenge. So it's climbing the 3 biggest mountains.
I do that.
Huh? Well, doesn't.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Yeah. Look, tell me something about you. No one knows.
No one knows. I once managed a football team.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did they win anything?
No, it was bottom in the league.
You still managed. Your favorite quote?
If I can't accomplish something, I might as well go home.
Okay. I like that. If you were a color, what color would you be and
Purple.
why?
Purple. Purple is the quintessence of spirituality. It's the strongest color on the spectrum. Like whatever color you mesh with purple, it becomes purple. Except for orange anyways, which is my second favorite color. But like, yeah, purple is the strongest color on the spectrum. And yeah, it's always been coinciding and aligned with spirituality, which is something that I always liked. So,
That's why your fly is purple.
yeah.
Your fly is purple.
Yeah. The 2 favorite colors, purple and orange. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Does it make sense? Your first love.
Mother.
Okay. Your first heartbreak.
I'll just say secondary school. Actually, no, primary school. Yeah, primary school. Like, I felt like I already developed complex feelings before I even knew what those feelings were. And yeah, like when I was just compounded of like all this surface ideologies on how I looked like as such. Yeah, those sort of. I let my circumstances like defeat me basically from progressing in any way and like pursuing like anyone that I potentially liked. Okay. And that's always been the case. So
it's always been the case.
Well, it's always been the case until like after school ended. So yeah.
Okay. And when I finish this, if you've got a poem, I wouldn't mind you reciting it to close to take us out if you'd like to.
Oh yeah, sure.
That conversation.
I'll be honoured.
Yeah, cool. I'll be honoured. We'll be honoured. He'll be honoured because he don't really get too much poetry. He doesn't get out much. Does it? Waka waka waka. What's he man? Your pet hates.
Ironically, someone who's very loud and brazen to the point where it's like they don't consider other people's like someone who's just like unnecessarily noisy and brash and like just inconsiderate. Like,
okay. If you had one wish, what would it be and why?
to be completely personable, like just to have my family together.
Okay.
If you had a superpower, what would it be as a superhero?
So this guy can ask questions. See what I'm saying, man? Just jump in because I've got a list over here. I'm gonna just jump in, just throw your 2 pence in, why don't ya? Wizard. No, yeah, go on. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
So I've always liked the idea of being like super fast, yeah. But like, I think I like the capability of controlling your own thermostat. So I could be either ridiculously hot or ridiculously cold, and still be in control of that environment.
Okay. Cool. I mean, what would you do with that though?
So
You wouldn't want to fly. You wouldn't want to be able to. Anyway,
No, but-
it's your superpower, isn't
the
it?
thing is, like, with that thermostats, yeah, I could actually fly. I could actually like freeze the air long enough, yeah, that I can actually just climb higher, or like, you know, create like a thermal thrust. So, you know, it's all a matter of ingenuity, and you see that in the comics as well. Like, people are
Say that. Go on.
no people are only as capable as how much they could be creative about it. You know,
Their
like,
powers.
Yeah, because one of my favorite characters is Static Shock, because like people think that he can control electricity, but no, he can control magnetism. So you see electricity, but no, he's able to control like the Earth's sort of polarization. So he can control, if he's willing to, he can control like inanimate objects on the other end of the Earth. But he didn't know that until he got old enough to realize that. So in immediate times, when he was a teenager, he could control like the things and that he can gravitate towards him in his immediate, you know, function. But you know, he could control like objects around the world. He control the Earth's polarization, things like that. And you know, that's what makes people like omega level, like to control their capacity to do things. And it's just like with poetry, you know, like the more creativity and ingenuity you could bring into the forefront, the more you realize you're capable of things. And it's just down to you and your mindset to realize that. And yeah.
Nice. Very eloquent.
Yeah.
As a wizard put it so well, but you do structure your answers very, very well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. We appreciate you. Well, man, this is live talks with me. I am Fawole. Waka waka waka. And the wizard.
I'm gonna have to adopt that. Like.
Come on. Where are we? We was at. Do you believe in the afterlife?
Yes.
What's your earliest childhood memories?
A place called Adventure Park in Hackney, and it burned down years ago.
Oh, wow.
But like, it just seemed like a childhood heaven to me. Like Adventure Park, it had swing sets. It had like this place you would bungee from, and then there'll be like a trampoline like at the bottom. But I think in that time of my childhood, it was a place where you could just explore around and just appreciate the freedom of just being a child and just be completely as playful as you can.
Need to bring back stuff like that.
Yeah, and they also had the Sega Genesis as well. Come on.
Yeah, Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis. I remember all the kids would come around, and that was a time when, you know, kids could play with other kids. So, yeah.
What do you mean? Kids can't play with other kids no more? What?
No, like, you know, I lived in like a single parent, like,
Home.
home, like, you know, though.
He's the only child.
No, so I have my sister in Ghana, but like at the time, but like, you know, I was at home. Pretty much my whole childhood was on my own. So I always had this, you know, I know I could have brought this up before, but like this sense of like loneliness, you know, as a child. So like,
Yeah.
you know,
I was going to say why you didn't bring it up. I was going to say, you know,
it's a lot. No, because like, it's not, you know, the therapy of it, like, otherwise we'll be here for hours, but like, yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. We're here to talk about life.
Hey, but we also time too as well.
But yeah. It's like, see what I'm saying? You're one of them guests that made me have to work for all my stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I'm saying, yeah, you're making me work for it, but it's not a problem. But that's what I'm saying. When I have to work for the policy stuff, that's why I said to you, that's why I had to structure my questions in such a way, because I could see, I know there's layers to you. Like Shrek, you're like an onion. But you're only letting off certain things. Even just now, what you let off now about being an only child and then enjoying the facts of Adventure Playground and what it meant to you, and that the camaraderie with other children and stuff. It's a beautiful thing, beautiful part of you that goes to make up who you are today. You know that, right? Because who you are today, for me, you revel and you celebrate the poetry community when you're in the community. So that's like a modern day Adventure Playground to you, as far as I'm concerned, when you say what you said already, because you're in an area now, but you've also got it's tailor-made for you, because you're also in an environment where you've got like-minded people. It's not just random other kids that were there for the summer scheme or there for maybe for the bungee, some for the computer. This is people of the same minds as you. They're there for poetry and the beauty of poetry and the performance level, the rehabilitation of poetry, the complication, like was in the complexity of poetry. Do you know what I'm saying? The artistry of poetry, all of these things. And you for me well, you can speak on this yourself, but you for me are just as happy listening and sharing and celebrating someone as you are performing. You have a part of you that wants to perform you up, but you have a part of you that is very supportive. You know what I'm saying? And that all culminates, that all must be derivative of something from your childhood, the essence of you, the essence of your beauty, you know what I'm saying? So, but then we got it out now, but we got it out because of the questions and stuff. But I'm saying, like, there's layers, like, it's fine. But I'm just saying, that's like, there's always time. That's why we're here to talk. We're here to talk about life. We're here to talk about you, Arnie, the beta. That's why we're here. That's why we're having this discussion. When I first said that we should have the discussion, remember I had to like tell you, nah, you've got a valid, I want to hear your story. I want to know about you. I only know so much about you. So I still need to know more about you, which I will find out. I'm saying as before our talks and it's time we spend together.
Yeah.
Won't be on this episode, maybe on another episode at some point.
Am I allowed to come back on the platform?
I wouldn't say no. People have come on more than once.
Okay.
We'd have to have a discussion about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, how much people? There's loads of people that come on twice, isn't it? I mean, the RVJ's last episode was his second one, wasn't it?
Big up, LBJ.
Big up, yeah, done now. Jamaica. Yeah.
You know, RVJ was actually one of the first few people that I met in the scenes, and he was just
RVJ's a G.
Yeah, he came with
He's
so
a
much.
G.
He's always been like truly wholesome, and like that's always been an unchanging thing about him. He's so nice and approachable, and
he's a G.
Yeah.
What you see? What you get? He's a G. You know what I mean? Yeah. You name Rohan G. Yeah. There's loads of people out here that there's some Fs, but he's a G. Yeah. I want to get through these questions. I want to get your poem out. So maybe because I know the next one's going to be here on time. Okay. All right, we're going to ask you this one question, and then we're going to ask you for your poem to take us out with a beautiful piece of poetry. Yeah?
Okay.
What's your definition of greatness?
I don't know why, because I'm looking towards like context of greatness, but I feel like in the immediate subset of my mind, I think greatness is defined by like a full-on capability or capacity to do something with with fantastic measure. That's yeah. I wish I could simplify it, but like I think it's just the capability to do something better than you thought you could do. That's what I feel like greatness is. And I feel like it's embracing that as well. So when you look at like you being in the deptitude of greatness, like it's just embracing like, yeah, embracing that, like the higher capability of who you are, and yeah, just accepting it.
Nice. That's beautiful. There was two answers to that question. You know the other one was, didn't you?
No.
You are you.
He's gonna keep leading on, isn't he?
He's slow. He's gonna get it. What you gonna do? And I could hear how late your laugh was as well. You was slow. It was he got like, all right. Well, a week later, you got it straight away though. Come on. That's been a beautiful interview with you. I'm sorry it wasn't as long as we wanted it to be. We can make it longer next time.
That's good.
I want to say thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your humility. Thank you for the lessons that you've passed on to people who've watched the show. And thank you in advance for the poetry that you're about to bring to us right now as well.
And thank you very much, Ayo, for the opportunity and the platform to allow me to illustrate and bring, some thoughts and some things about myself in mind. Because as I'm going through the process, ultimately learning about myself as well. So yeah,
As everybody is, as we all are.
thank you.
And we all help each other. Nah, God bless you, man.
God bless you, man.
Mind you. Come on.
Cheers.
Arnie, I'll be back. Huh? I'll be back. Come on, you break my shit, man. You strong as a motherfucker. Damn. Oh, let's get some poetry then, man. So I'm gonna let you lead us out with some poetry. I may listen, eyes open, eyes closed. I don't know yet, but we're gonna hear it at home. Please prepare yourselves. Get yourself sitting comfortably.
All right, I'm gonna give.
And I'm gonna ask you something though.
Yeah, sure.
Please take your time.
Okay.
No rush. Get it to them. Wait, get it to them. Get it to them. Go ahead. When you're ready.
All right. Mac, I want to give you something here. The choice of encouragement or awareness. Which one would you like to go for, Mac? Encouragement or awareness? Okay, all right. So this piece is called Message in a Bottle, and usually like my pieces have like 2 or 3 meanings in the end of it, but this is my favorite one because it has multitude meanings, and yeah, it's called Message in a Bottle. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If I give a message in that. And this is to encourage all the artists out there to vocalize your truth into existence. You once had the eagerness to tell the world your truth, and then you put that message in a bottle. Whilst your words and psalms could touch your heart at full throttle, and eventually you'll emerge and see the light of day, hoping to finally shatter the mental block. When you knew a life crisis compels you to deal with an emergency, something about expression told you to scream your burdens and make it stop. That's your body's language. You knew the ripples inside was never calm. Yet you have chosen not to unwind that bottled truth. That's the cause of your anguish. Can't you see every crack in what you're bottled in is your soul's alarm? Now your soul's alarmed. But why would you do this? Because anxiety defeats sobriety. When you decided you wanted to deny your own truth of living, your own writers blocked all the confessions you're wrapped in because society got you saying no more. But you know you still had to write your truth to live in, concerned with the lack of interest in this life you're given. You cling to past films of all the burdens you're wrapped in, feeling like you couldn't break the glass you were trapped in. When you put the cork in your vocal cords and pen of swords was too blunt to open caps of what your mental wards, denying the essence of your emotions that pause and secrete all your pleas from open sores. When you were down, you were never out. When you had the resolve to wake up again, it took sips of clarity to pick up a pen and tell the world what you're all about. Yet you remain suspenseful whilst your pens fall of all your corks and talents, still questioning a world of lies if you can't be transparent. So you're looking universally for balance, but I'm trying not to hold off to malice, but if there was another breakdown in life, know that you encapsulated your truth and burdens so much. Like no message could ever be heartfelt to reach any family or friend. If you keep it sealed, that message of yours could be lost forever because you waited till the end of life for that final reveal. Red taping your own message is the very thing that got you killed. How's anything transparent in this world when we all bottle up the messages that we wield? Rewrite whilst we remain in silence because something in this world was used against you. But can you still write whilst bottled up in silence? Because your rights was used against you. Think about it. Because your last message could be left on the shores that swam away. And your message of truth could be someone else's namaste. So release a champ's pain bubbling inside. The champ reigns when the champ pains from what was bottled to pride, showers of glorified truths. You can no longer hold in that ace of spades. Unwind the pressures of what you tried to hide. A resolve has gone and died when the last words were left in the bottle hilled where our secrets reside. All that gas up top withheld by ropes and steams. Slowly excreting bottled anguish when you start to lose yourself in steams. But your message to the world was still stuck and buried in the blunt of the glass anatomy, but could have been someone's truth. So blunt it could defeat another's life catastrophe. In someone's economic crisis, they could have banked on those statements and lived on quotes like a major apostrophes. Are you too worried your essence will die, looted of your very soul? But your purpose involves expressing yourself. That's part of your life's role. It was only imminent the glass of your truth was due to break. Make no mistake, it's no incident. You'll pen letters after each and every resolve you intend to make. But truly though, I'd rather you pour out your truth to the world than your loved ones pouring out the spirits and gin in a gravestone. I'd rather you never felt alone than seeing your last piece of poetry is written in stone. I'd rather you call me on the phone than hearing your last message to the world is after a dial tone. I'd rather hear it from you, my G, than hear it from someone else's eulogy. Because your last words could have been distilled as someone's best liquor. But what is a message left till death that can uplift the spirit? And what is a message left till death when you can leave this earth but no one on this earth can hear it? Because you left your message in a bottle. And now it's time to open up and release. Peace. Arnie.
Come on.